So there's nothing like getting your vegetables fresh, and I'm so happy I can finally see where these things are grown. So that was sile, and this is lagikway. So I started already with a little bit. I'm gonna get a little bit more from here, and we're gonna see how I will cook this up very soon. Hi, I'm Juana Manahan-Yupangco of Mesa and Misis, and I would like to wish the IPB a congratulations on its 47th year, on its founding anniversary. Thank you so much for having me today to join you on this webinar. It's my honor and my pleasure to be cooking for you today. And I am joined today by...
Hi, I'm Mariana Bustan from the Institute of Plant Breeding, a university researcher here in IPB.
Okay, so I'm so excited to be cooking with her because, as you know or may not know, Mesa and Misis' advocacy is to cook with local vegetables from the Philippines. So I'm really, really excited to be here because Mean knows everything about all the vegetables we're cooking with today.
Yeah.
So today we are cooking with saluyot. We also are cooking with wansoy or coriander. So as you'll see here, there's a lot of roots in the wansoy, and my cook always looks for this because all the flavor is in this. So they ground this up and use this for Thai recipes. So if you guys see this in the palenque, don't cut it out. Save it. You can dry it. You can ground it. And it's really good for if you use it with fish or if you use it in stews. Now, saluyot is also known as Jew's mallow. So I learned about this particular recipe that we're making for you today. It's called MOLOKHIA, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right because it is a Lebanese dish. So I learned about this recipe during one of my seminars when I was introducing saluyot. And here in the Philippines, as Mayan said, it's slimy. We know it as slimy, and a lot of people don't really like to eat it. Now, when I was breastfeeding, my yaya made me eat a lot of this. Ikaw, pinakain ka niyan?
Yes, because nag-enhance siya ng milk. So, pag kumain ka ng saluyot, yung milk mo talagang dumarami siya.
They call it a galactagogue. Yeah. So anything that enhances milk production. So saluyot, malunggay is probably something you're familiar with. Even alugbati has the same milk enhancing properties. But today, we're going to create a soup that is not slimy. So nice. Maybe you could try it for your kids, or if lactating moms are tired of eating ginisa or laswang saluyot, this is another way to enjoy it. Okay, so we're going to start by creating a paste with the wansoy and the garlic. So I'm just gonna chop this up, and you can put that in. So my recipe says 1 bunch, so this is about a good bunch. And as I said, I'm going to save this for later.
And then for the garlic,
maybe just like two cloves straight into the blender.
Okay.
Now at Mesa and Misis, we encourage healthy cooking, and that means lessening your oil. So there's 2 options for this recipe. You can use a little bit of oil, so you make like a pesto with the wansoy, or you can use water. Ikaw, healthy ba tayo today or hindi ganun ka-healthy?
Healthy tayo today.
Okay, so wait, since healthy tayo, we will add a little bit of water. So, para maging paste siya.
So we have wansoy and garlic here.
Okay, so let her... I'm gonna add a little bit of wansoy since I put too much water. Okay. But that's okay, because the more wansoy, the tastier this will be. The recipe calls for a bunch, but you can just feel free to add as you wish. The recipe is a guide. Okay. All right, so we'll just put that aside, and then we're going to start with the actual, I'm going to keep these over here. We're gonna start with the actual saluyot. So there's another way to saute things, and that's without oil. So onions contain a lot of oil in them. So how we do it is we're gonna put this on a heated pan and let it...
So you're not using oil?
We try very hard not to use oil at home because oil while it enhances some flavors, if you're watching your weight or you're watching your cholesterol, nakaka-increase din sa calorie siya. It also adds to the extra plaque and extra cholesterol in your body. So if you don't have to put oil, we don't, and we show you at Mesa ni Misis different ways not to have to use oil.
One tip from Miss Juana.
So we're gonna start with the onions, and you'll see as we're sautéing that there's oil that comes out. If you notice, hindi nasusunog yung onion. Garlic, nasusunog siya. So when you're cooking with garlic, you put the garlic last. If not, you're left with that weird burnt garlic taste. So yung mga Italian, they put it last. Even the Chinese, when they're cooking their vegetables, they'll put it last, steam it, para fresh pa rin yung lasa ng garlic. So you can see, nagiging brown na yung pan. And there's like oil
Coming out
of it. So this brown stuff, that's where all the flavor is. And it's actually, when you're sauteing it, I don't know if you can see, there's little bits of moisture. That's the oil coming out of the onion. And the only reason we really put oil in the pan, one, a little bit of flavor enhancement. Two, para hindi masunog, diba? So what we're gonna do to prevent this para masunog, hindi masunog, we're gonna pour a little bit of water, and this is deglazing in a healthy way. Okay, you can saute that. I will add the chopped saluyot. I like to put everything in. So some people cut this out. You can if this bothers you, but we're gonna blend everything. I like to keep it in because I really like that extra fiber in my food. So that's really good for you. I love the vegetables here at ITB. They're so fresh.
Yeah.
Ang swerte nyo. Nagluluto ka sa bahay.
Yes, para sa kid.
So, kung naubusan sa palengke, dito ka na lang kumukuha.
And madali siyang itanim.
Oo.
Pwede mo siyang itanim sa tabi mo lang ng bahay mo.
Yan. So, that's a really great tip. Plant your own food. Especially nutritious indigenous vegetables like this, madali lang siya i-plant.
Mura pa.
Mura pa. You can see the saluyot's already starting to wilt. We're going to add the paste that has all the flavor. Yes, please go ahead. So this actually has a lot of liquid in it. So again, no need to add oil. Can you smell it?
So good.
It smells really good, right? So the taste of the one soy is really going to kill the sliminess of the saluyot. So yan, no oil. It smells really good. It smells really fresh. Okay, now can I ask you to add a little bit of vinegar? So again, the vinegar is another ingredient that will kill the sliminess of the saluyot while enhancing the flavor. So we'll just do
Tell me when to stop.
a little more. So it's about a half cup of vinegar that we're adding to this. Okay.
Ang dali niyang maluto. Ang dali niyang i-prepare.
Madali lang i-prepare. Actually, this is one of the recipes in Mesa ni Misis that has a few more steps. So I really formulated the recipes to be for moms like you and me with small kids para mabilis.
Yes,
Kasi,
especially when you go where you are going to work.
exactly. You have work, but you still want to feed your family in a nutritious way. I really don't believe in sacrificing your child's nutrition or your family's nutrition for the sake of food that's cheaper and easier. This is so cheap to make. Kinukuha lang to sa backyard.
So, hindi tayo magde-depend sa mga instant.
Yes. Okay, so we will put this back in the blender. Okay, so we're gonna put it back in the blender. Or if you have an immersion blender, that works too. You can do this straight in the pot. If you have an immersion blender. Don't forget to scoop up all the onions because that's where all the flavor is. Okay, there we go.
So easy.
And we're gonna blend that.